Greetings, it's Adam with the Rata Non Grata here. I'm a little bit under the weather, so I'll probably sound slightly weird. But it is time to highlight 05, not the temperature, but the video game, the probably very obscure video game on the Atari Jaguar. The reason this game is obscure is it was originally supposed to launch on the platform back in 1996. It was designed by Caspian Software, but of course 96 was the year that the Jaguar was officially discontinued. But thanks to companies like Songbird Productions and Telegames, they picked up some games that were pretty much complete or very near complete and published them. And so 05 was one of those games, and this was released in 1998, and it actually got a review in Gamefan Magazine, along with, I think, a few of the other releases that came out of those companies that I mentioned. But this one, it's a little bit of a mixed bag for me. I love space games, but the difficulty on this particular game is just crazy high. Even if you play it on the easy and normal difficulty modes, it's just insanely tough. Now, this sequence that you're seeing right here, the trench run, so to speak, is my favorite part of the game, and I was a little bit rusty on this. I should have played better than I'm playing now. It used to be that I could get through it without running into any of the metal platforms, but the trick that I learned is to just keep firing and use the sound of the clinging metal to know when you need to move your ship. But also, I think I had a little bit of a problem with my controller on there. I fixed it after I recorded this. I recorded this a little while ago, and wasn't able to push number 2 to switch to having the power-ups regenerate my shields. And so you can power up your weapons, which is the default, your shields, which is number 2, or your score, which is number 3, and it let me select my score after my guns were fully powered up. But yeah, this one did come out on the Atari ST originally, but it's a completely different game from that. And this one is far more arcade-like as far as being a very action-oriented game, very fast-paced, and again, very, very challenging, very difficult. But if you ever played this one, what do you think about it? Let me know. Oh, here's one of the sequences that becomes probably one of the most frustrating parts, or the most frustrating part of the game, is when you're centered in the screen and you have 3D aiming, but the only way for you to know where you're pointing is to just keep firing. But when you're being shot at by these enemies or trying to locate them, sometimes it's a real pain. And now if you play the game enough, you can memorize it, and I guess that's one of those old school arcade design ideas there. But yeah, that would have been nice if this was tweaked a little bit more, and perhaps the reason why it is so tough is because this one was, like, say, 95 to 99% complete. It just needed some tweaking in that regard, and they didn't do that beforehand. And somehow I survived all that level, since I was a little lousy on the trench run. But there's more footage here, 10 minutes total, and so I'll be quiet now so you can hear the excellent and awesome music that this game has. And this is on a cartridge, not a CD, so it is too bad this one didn't come out earlier, say 1994 or 95, as I mean, nothing would have saved the Jaguar at that point, but this certainly would have helped its chances. Probably would have helped them have a better 1995 Christmas season than the very lousy one that they had up against the PlayStation. But thanks for watching. We'll see you around.
Take control.